Hey guys, it's brickwitchery and I'm going to show you guys my ranking for the 2018 to 2020 LEGO Harry Potter sets. First on my tier is Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Which is anything that is iconic, amazing, spectacular, just outerworldly. My second tier is Harry on Felix Felicis.
Not to mention the pincers.
For anything that is amazing. Just amazing, but maybe just not good enough, just not as iconic. Next is Hermione with her Half-Blood Prince crazy hair. Which is like you're trying, you're kind of getting there, but you're not as good as Harry. Next is I didn't know you could read.
Reading? I didn't know you could read.
Which is subverting expectations. You thought they were pretty bad, but they actually are right. They're better than expected. Mediocre is obviously mediocre. Not amazing, but not terrible. Second last is My Father Will Hear About This.
My father will hear about this!
Anything that is worse than just average is anything that Malfoy would complain to his father about, so it's what we'll be complaining about. Umbridge is so mean. Everybody hates her. Maybe even more than Voldemort, which is saying something. Anyway, so this is my ranking system and I'll get started. First one we've got is Grindelwald's Escape. Now I'm going to put him in I Didn't Know You Could Read because it's not an amazing set and it's also coming from a kind of not great movie. I didn't really like the second Fantastic Beasts movie and I don't think a lot of people liked it either. So when this set came out, a lot of people probably weren't expecting their sets to be amazing either, but it's actually alright. It's better than expected but not amazing, hence I Didn't Know You Could Read. Next is The Great Hall, and I think this is going to have to go into Harry on Felix Felicis. This is the set that got me back into Harry Potter, which makes it one of my favourites, and it's amazing. All the detailing, the amazing exteriors are something to write home about. The Whomping Willow, I'm going to put in Hermione's hair. I think it's a really good set. Obviously less detailed than The Great Hall, but you can't have two amazing sets. This is going into my third highest category. Next is the Quidditch match, and I think that's going to go into Hermione's crazy hair. It's a pretty good set, and even though it's not for my age demographic with all of its play features, I think it's a pretty solid set. Clock Tower. Now, I'm going to put that into Harry on Felix Felicis because I just love this castle set. Great theming. The Goblet of Fire and Dual Ball theming is amazing. All the exclusive variants and stuff all match the movie so well. I love it. Except for Fleur's face. I've complained about that so much, but Fleur's face sucks. Everything else, amazing. Expecto Patronum. Now, I'm going to have to put that into I Didn't Know You Can Read. I'm putting it there because I didn't expect this set to be amazing just because it's such a cheap and small set. There's no way you can really fit too much into a small set. Apart from the trees, all you're really getting is two minifigures and an exclusive animal, which is the Stag Patronus. I love the Stag Patronus, which is why I put it into I Didn't Know You Could Read because it's better than I thought it would be. The dragon's going into Hermione's crazy Half-Blood Prince hair. Putting it here because it's a really good dragon build. Animal builds are not really my specialty. I'm not a big fan of them, but I can recognize when it's a good build. The Night Bus. That's going to go into Half-Blood Prince crazy hair because Stan Chung Pike's face is amazing. It looks so good. It looks so accurate to the movies. I just can't explain it. Like, I think it's got the pimples and the facial expression is brilliant. I just think everything about this set is amazing except for the fact that I'm not the biggest fan of automobile Lego sets, but I can appreciate a good set even if it's not my favorite. Next is Beauxbaton's carriage. Crazy Half-Blood Prince hair. This is really piling up, isn't it? I'm gonna say this because the hair hat pieces are amazing. I love them. The Pegasuses, I think they are, look fantastic. The variation that we get of Hagrid here is really funny. Definitely reminds me of those funny Maxine and Hagrid scenes. And we get a little exclusive character in Fleur Delacour's little sister Gabrielle. So not a bad set. Rise of Voldemort. That one's a hard one. I don't really know where to put that. I'm gonna put that into, is this gonna be a controversial choice? I Didn't Know You Could Read. The characters, the minifigures are good. Death Eater, I can see why they put it into the set, but I kind of would have wanted maybe like a Lucius Malfoy Death Eater. That would have been cool. Harry in his Triwizard outfit. Nothing really exciting about that for me personally because we've already seen that before. But then again, we've also seen a lot of other things before. Petty Pettigrew makes his comeback in Lego since like 2004. Voldemort shows up for the first time in a set other than the CMFs. And Baby Voldemort. So it's in this category because I wasn't expecting much out of this set, but Baby Voldemort, I mean, baby Voldemort is the subverting expectations for me. Hedwig, I didn't know you could read. I'm going to say that because I didn't have high expectations for Hedwig, but Hedwig actually piqued my interest a little bit. I think it's just because of the flying features. I'm pretty sure there's some way to make them fly and to make its wings move, which I think is really cool. Also, for people who like life-size Lego builds, this is definitely up your alley. It's a really cool recreation. I think they did an amazing job getting all the features of Hedwig right. And it's cute that they included a little Harry figure, even though they didn't really have to. The Burrow, straight up there. If only I was just talking about the builds, but I'm not. I'm going to put in Harry on Felix Felicis. Okay, I've got my reasoning for this. If I was going on the build just alone, I would go, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? It's the best build I've done. It's so fun. It's the funnest build I've ever built for Harry Potter. There's little accessories all the time and the different layers. And the way that the Lego designers managed to make it a wonky house was just amazing. The color palette as well, a way bigger improvement from the 2010 version. However, the minifigures drag it down. I'm going to go on about this so many times. Ginny's face. Why is Ginny's face the same as Fleur and Hannah Abbott? Why? It doesn't make sense. You made an amazing face for the CMF series. Why is her face different and so much different at that here? She doesn't look similar at all. It's like you could just call their faces completely different characters. Another letdown from this set is Molly Weasley. I've made so many comments about this, but she does not look good here. I hate her. Her hair, her face, and the lack of printing on her dress is a bit disappointing too. I'm really sorry, Burrow, but you're going to be on Harry on Felix Felicis because the figures make up such a big part of this set for a lot of people, and including me. But these figures were just not good enough. I'm going to put grew up into I didn't know you could read. Subverted my expectations. I wasn't expecting to like this set, but I actually kind of do. They introduced new horse legs for the centaurs, which they later used in the CMF series, but it's still pretty cool that they came up with a new leg piece for the centaurs. That was pretty awesome. First time I've seen centaurs in Lego as well. And also the first time I've seen Grawp in Lego. Never seen him in Lego except for in the Lego game, and that doesn't really count. Umbridge looks amazing. They've just kicked that one out of the park. Hermione's face print and shirt print looks amazing. It looks exactly like the movies. Harry's just Harry. Not much more I can say about that. I'm putting him in above average. A pretty good set. I'm going to put Privet Drive in here, and I have my reasoning. I loved the build for this set. A little bit lacking on the inside, but then again, this is like an $100 set in Australia. So for $100, you're getting a car and a house. The car I already have, essentially have the same car. I know it's a little bit different, but to me, I don't really like cars in Lego, so getting two cars, two of the same cars at that, it's not really my favorite thing, so I have to put it down to Hermione's crazy hair because it doesn't quite reach Felix Felicis. But I did love the Vernon Dursley and Petunia figures. Dudley, however, not as much, just because he looks a little bit too nice. I've made a video where I talked about that. The house build is pretty good though. I like the inclusion of these little play features that releases the mail and the stand with the cake on it, which is why I've included it up here. The Astronomy Tower. I'm gonna put it in, I didn't know you could read. The Astronomy Tower is here because I don't think that it was as amazing as I thought it would be. It's a little bit under detailed for me personally. As they've been releasing these castle sets I loved the clock tower, but this one just feels a bit underwhelming after we got the clock tower. And the reintroduction of the sand green bricks just doesn't feel right after they haven't been using it in the previous ones. So that's a bit of continuity errors there for you. The weird rooms that they chose to use, like there's just a bunch of empty space in this set. Like we've already gotten a potions classroom in the Whomping Willow. Why give us another potions classroom? And also, why give us this empty space underneath? It doesn't really make sense to me. I'm not the biggest fan of this set, but the figures are nice, apart from Lavender Brown. I have a bone to pick about Lavender Brown. The minifigure pack, not amazing, not bad, or apart from Cho Chang. Complained so much about that. I have so many videos complaining about that. I won't go on about it here, but it's kind of a boring set, to be honest. It's nice to get more house torso prints, but other than that, not very exciting. Again, we get Hannah Abbott with the same face as Fleur, so not great. Hagrid's Hut. We've gotten this set so many times, and every time we get a new iteration, it's a little bit better than the last. I like this one because we got some pumpkins. The first time we ever got that. We've gotten a two-parter, so not only have we got his main house, we've got the little connector, and it's open on the back for some playability, but I don't really like that because it kind of makes it look half-made, but you know, you can't win everything, so we get another Hagrid, which I've got like millions of at this point, so that's why it's kind of down here. Oh, and the new Buckbeak looks amazing. Aragog in the Dark Forest. This one, to be honest, was a bit underwhelming for me. I'm going to put it in mediocre. I like the spider design. It was a good design. Just not really much to the set. I mean, it is a pretty cheap set, so I guess it doesn't have the opportunity to be an amazing set, in my opinion. I don't really like it that much. You get the same characters in different sets, I'm pretty sure, so not an amazing set. The advent calendar I don't know where to put the advent calendar. Looking back, I was so excited to get this thing, but then seeing the advent calendar for this year made this one look so bad. I just think that it was worse than I thought it would be because it had so many flags. Like, why so many flags? They're all the same. But it did have an exclusive print, and we got an exclusive torso for Ron and Harry. I'm gonna put it in mediocre. Diagon Alley. Everyone knows it's just an amazing set. D2C sets are just amazing. I love them. So we're gonna put them in the top. Obviously, some of the figures aren't the best. You know, Ginny with her non-ginger eyebrows. We all know about that. Molly Weasley again with her face and hair. Not a big fan of her. But I am a big fan of the cute mystery box, which I won't ruin the surprise for anyone who hasn't got this set or doesn't know about it. And some cool figures and some amazing interiors. The advent calendar is also an amazing set. I'm going to put it in Harry on Felix Felicis. Monster Book of Monsters. I'm going to put it in. Didn't know you could read. It was better than I thought it would be. I wasn't very interested in it at first. Mostly interested in it just because of its exclusivity, to be honest. If it had been a promo, I would have definitely thought it was better for its value, but it's alright. This little poly bag, mediocre, not amazing, not bad. Got a cool cauldron piece, but we've gotten that a few times. And a nice little owl cage. Let's go in here. I say that's pretty much accurate. I think it's god tier. Amazing set. I love this set. It's small, and for the price that it is and the size that it is, it manages to fit so much in. So first off, you got your two exclusive Patronus pieces, the hare and the otter for Hermione and Luna. Then you get exclusive torsos for Hermione, Luna and Harry. Hermione with her cardigan, Luna with her cardigan and, or is it sweater vest? One of the two. And her bottle cork necklace. Harry's got his cardigan open with a shirt and tie. You've got this really amazing backdrop for them, which is only a small part of the room of requirement, but it's a really cool little backdrop. I think they've included some playability into this very small set, and a lot of it, which is very cool. The moving wall, the pushing of the signs, I think those are really awesome. Just everything that they've managed to push into this tiny set, I think gives it this god tier position. The Hogwarts Express. I'm going to put it into Hermione's crazy hair. Not my favourite, as again I said I didn't really like cars and trains and stuff in Lego. But I can admit when I see a good train, it's a good train. And we also get Lupin for the first time. We get some Dementors as well for the first time. And a nice platform station that we haven't seen for a while. I know the 2010 Hogwarts Express didn't come with the station, but I think the 2004 one that came in the Prisoner of Azkaban original release had a station. And this is the first time we're getting an actual station since then, so I think that's pretty cool. And the microscale Hogwarts. First off, it's microscale. Not a big fan of microscale. However, I recently built it and my feelings have changed on it. I enjoyed building it. It was a very enjoyable build for me. A lot of small little elements to it. A little bit finicky at times. A lot of stickers, but the overall product looked amazing. And for anyone who's a big Harry Potter fan, getting to see all these little references and things that they just chucked in that they knew that we'd kind of enjoy, like the Chamber of Secrets underneath the school or the Devil's Snare on the side of the building. Like those types of little details make this such an amazing set, and I want to put it into, it's done. All right, well there's my lineup. Not bad, I don't think. I mean, I guess I'm pretty biased because I just love Harry Potter, and there are things that my bias slipped into, definitely. This is my opinion, so if you have a different one, don't worry. Feel free to actually do this yourself. A link into the description, and actually I'd be very interested to know how you guys feel about my ranking and where you would have put things. Anyway, if you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up, subscribe or comment if you have anything to say. And that's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.